some basics to raise the energy, okay, and I have some good news to share that is going to help to raise the energy in a world that is just seems to be bombarded with negativity and issues of all kinds. And you look into the world, and us as light workers, you could, of course, we know to breathe, we need to keep our attention on what's high and what's of value and uplifting for us as well as other people. But the masses of people, we're part of a collective, and it can be daunting, very daunting. And especially if you allow these energies that are out there, not to say that you're not not aware, but we have to remember that we are in the world, but we're not of it. See, that's our saving grace. Jesus the Christ said, you are in the world, but remember, you're not made up of this world. Your physical body is made up of it. Our physical body is the earth suit that we're wearing. But truly who we are, if you could say the control in the background, is that we come from the highest of aeons. We are the spark that is in the similitude and the image of the divine. That's who we are. That's our true identity. So we're in these avatar suits. And some of these avatar suits, because of, you could say, pollution, corruption, miscreations, those type of things, the suit has to be cleansed and purified, right? To sort of like put back those lower energies, okay, that can work through us through the physical body into our thoughts, right? So the more purified you become, you take care of your body, you become more conscious, you watch your thoughts, you keep them positive, you keep your emotions balanced. And nobody's saying that this is easy, but you work on it. And as you work on it, no matter what, and you say, I'm going to get better than I was yesterday. Little baby steps, okay? So somebody's in a funk. How would you say, how do I get out of this funk? So one of the things you have to understand, is this your thoughts or is it something else's? So the other day, my body got sick. It had pneumonia. And so I was lying down, and I'd mentioned this before, but I got this, like a cloud came over me, and it was a cloud of depression. And I felt it. And I'm like, okay, but as I worked my spiritual muscle to connect with my higher self, which we all have that higher self, it said to me, you realize, okay, this is something coming in, all right, because you're in a vulnerable position. You're weakened, your body's fighting this pathogen, and you're in a weakened state, and this is an opportunist energy trying to move in on you and in you. Simply let it pass and don't engage. That was my message. And so I rested. I didn't engage in it. I knew what this was. I allowed it to pass, and I came back on my regular self. You have to understand that these things happen. There's a lot going on in the invisible world that we cannot necessarily perceive, but as you improve and are committed to your spiritual path, your abilities, psychic abilities, your intuitive abilities, your connection to your higher self will begin to become more connected to you, even as you walk this physical, mental, and emotional plane. The thing is to continue and not stop, because there will be those things that will try to stop you. There will be those things that want to distract you. And if you're distracted for the moment or whatever, okay, just get back on track. Why? What can you do to increase your energy? Well, the one thing I did when I had that experience is I just rested. I didn't care what else was going on. My body said just to rest, and I did. It may be where, you know what? You need to get out and walk on the grass. You need to go to the beach. Hey, why won't you start humming and singing? Why won't you play your favorite song? Why won't you start dancing like no one is watching? Whatever it is, pick up a little puppy, or look now on YouTube and social media. They have all those beautiful little animals. Which one is your favorite? I love the elephants. That's what I watch. I want to uplift. I go and I watch all about the little baby elephants and the orphaned elephants, and that gives me such joy to see them. I think they're just majestic animal. That has kept my energy up. And the minute you start to feel like, oh gosh, the world's so hard, this, that, we know what's going on, but you have a choice. You could go deep into that tunnel of what is known as entropy, pull you down, or you can resist it and say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull myself up by keeping my energies up, and I'm going to contribute to the collective unconscious, and I am contributing in a way that's going to uplift. You don't know your energetic choice, who that may touch. It may be a neighbor across the street or somebody in Bangladesh. And all of a sudden, through someone's positiveness or prayer, okay, that person was touched. Why? Because we're all connected. So if you say, oh, what can I do? You can work on yourself by keeping your energy up, even in daunting times, until it becomes a habit and you automatically do it. So I mentioned to somebody, we may be confronted in things that we perceive to be challenging or negative, but nobody's going to disrupt or pull my chain and for me not to be a kind and nice person. That's who I am. I'm going to be kind and nice to whoever, whatever, no matter what, because that's who I am. And I'm not going to give you power to control how I feel. I'm going to discern if there's something there and I need to step away from it or have my boundaries. Absolutely. But you're not going to make me go into anger or rage I'm not doing it. And when you are able to do that, that's when you are walking your path of mastery. That's when you know you're getting close, real close, because you anchor the light and the balance and the peace in the midst of chaos. Chaos doesn't impinge on you, you impinge on it and help everybody else. We are so much more powerful than we give ourselves credit for, but we are. And what if one person is doing it? What if you get 2 people, 3 people, 4 people? So some very good news. A good light worker, powerful light worker, Mark Leibowitz, shared today, you may have heard on the news, that there is a peace talk that is taking place with Palestine and Israel. There's been so much saying, oh, that's not going to go with this, that, and the other. Meanwhile, we have been praying for peace. At the Anchoring Light Transmission Meditation, each and every single Monday, we call in the higher peace of the Shekinah Shalom, Yahweh Shalom, Crystal Shalom, the higher peace. We're consistently doing it. Why? Because it's adding to the collective of all those who are praying for peace for this world, who are now to dismantle those crustic thought forms of war, especially global war. We're not having it. We just got to be consistent. We got to remember who we are. We got to keep our vibe up and know how powerful our intentions are and the words that we speak. So we are intending peace for the world, and the good news, the great news, that is working, it's moving the needle in the right direction, where actually there has been peace talks between Israel and Palestine. Now we can't relax. We got to keep it up. There's a ways to go, but it is moving in the right direction. Namaste, beautiful family of light on Facebook Live. When this feed comes along, if you want to be part of the Anchoring Light Transmission Meditation, just look on our Facebook page, Cosmic Center Spiritual Light, Baba Sharone, Anchoring Light. Sign up and you're in. Namaste.